got a deep dive for us, big dog?
Yeah. So, deep dive this week, I think it's an important one, mate. I think it's one that we can all learn a bit from, one that I certainly did a long time ago. Basically, it comes back to the notion that while we all live and breathe and love NRL Supercoach, at the end of the day, it is just a game. So you can't be letting it control your mood and your emotions. I mean, you can control your emotions mid-game when you're watching it, of course, but I mean, I learned personally a long time ago that obviously investing so much in NRL Supercoach has been such a big part of my life that, you know, something to go wrong on a Friday night and you can just, it could ruin your weekend. You're like, oh, and it ties into Nathan Cleary. I'd had a great weekend this weekend. Supercoach team was going well. Had a really fun time. And then Cleary goes down early as captain, and I guarantee there have been so many people out there just going, screw it. That would have been miserable Sunday night off it and pissed off. It's like, no. It happens. Like, injuries are going to happen, so you can't get upset every time it happens. You can be a little bit annoyed, of course, and disappointed, but even from a Supercoach perspective, Guru, as you said, the same thing happened to you. We were sitting on the lounge just by the side of this bar last year when Cleary got sent off, and I didn't own him. And you owned him, and I think did you skipper him?
Yeah, I skipped him. And like, mate, did I sit there and cry?
No.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got on with it.
Yeah. After breaking every window in the bar. But it's like Kalen Ponga earlier in the year. A lot of people brought him in. He got an early concussion. A few people skippered him, and I dodged that one. Well, this one that about 90% of people had Nathan Cleary. A few captained, a few didn't. This one got me. So, like, you win some, you lose some. But just it's so important that you shouldn't let Supercoach control your mood and ruin a weekend for you, because as much as we love it, it's not the be-all and end-all. Injuries happen, bad scores happen, so be it. I was sitting there on Sunday afternoon when Nathan Cleary went down and I thought, really fucks my draft team, really hurts me. But at the same time, Tim's not going to fist me this weekend completely, or more than what he was going to. So I was like, I'm even Steven here. Exactly. Okay. And that's the other thing. There's always a silver lining to, like, when an injury happens or something that I'm like, cool, sell Clear, and I've got 850 grand to play with, and I've got a bankroll for my trades for the next 3-4 origin period, basically. So you know what? It happens. So you're now going to have to balance in a few weeks' time. You're going to have to buy Hines and Cleary. Yeah. I'm not saying bad. I'm just saying it's just going to be interesting to see how which a lot of people are going to be in that boat. And we'll get to it shortly, but probably Dave Fafita. Yeah. But I mean, I have about $3 million in my bank to do it, so we really... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it is something you all need to be aware of. And talk about the silver lining in sort of everyone, Captain Cleary, he's injured, doom and gloom, yada. Firstly, as I said, about 90% of top-ranked coaches have him. We're in it together. But secondly, around the timing of all these big guns going down and becoming sells, Nathan Cleary, Dave Fafita, give or take, potentially Dylan Brown, Latrell Mitchell, they're all close to their top value. So it's not like they've plummeted out and you get no value in the trade. Like, they've all got high break-evens. When they return, they're more than likely going to drop some serious cash. So there's plenty of money in it. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, for sure. All right. Speaking of when Nathan Cleary got injured, I got a text message from my wife. She knew that it would devastate me from my draft team perspective, and all she sent me was a text saying, "I'm so sorry." Yeah. Thank you, darling. Yeah, she gets it. Yeah, okay. No, it's all right. Tim got fucked. It's fantastic. Yeah. This is great news. Don't get me wrong. When Cleary goes down injured, you're absolutely allowed to be gutted and disappointed. Just don't carry it too long past the game. 100%. Yeah. All right, stats deep dive. What about this guy, Buller? I'll be honest with you. A few weeks ago, everything about Buller, from just being a rookie, fullback only, West Tigers fullback, just screamed. All of my instincts said, don't do it. But I'm so glad I did. What a gun. Yeah. I was the same, mate. I was like, don't buy it because you're going against all your principles in Supercoach. I've spoken about it in the last couple of weeks, so I won't dribble on about it, but I was like, he's just got something special about him. And attitude was the biggest thing. He's just a goer. He puts in, his support plays great. He sniffs in around the ruck. You love him. He is fast becoming the season of did you or didn't you dream? I was about to say, it's whoever wins this year is going to 100% have made the right decision on him at the right time. He's becoming one of those deciding factors. Yeah, because, don't get me wrong, I know this goes hand in hand, so it sounds a bit stupid, but sure, there's the massive cash gen that he's getting that anyone who didn't jump on will have missed out on, but the points in between, I know it's the same thing, but... And points in key rounds, too. And that's it. Points in key rounds, really key rounds, but, you know, you can buy cheapies that make a lot of cash And you might sit him outside, particularly as I said, a Tigers fullback, you might sit him outside your 17 week after week while they're banking the scores. And you go, oh shit, I'm getting the cash, I've missed the points. If you've bought him and you've played him all these weeks, he's now 570k. He's made 369 grand. He has a break even of negative 56. He plays the Titans this week, projected to make over 100 grand again. On the weekend against Canberra, 24 runs and 7 tackle breaks. He plays round 16 and round 19. Like, I don't think he's a keeper, but holy shit, he's making a good case.
He's making a very good case. But you know the other beauty of him is I think he's one of 4 guys that I feel confident are going to be picked for the West Tigers every week, no matter what.
Yeah.
Like they can't afford to not pick him.
I'm envisioning a round, could cut him before round 17, but unlikely because they've got the bye round 17. Potentially selling round 17, but I'm seeing a round 20 trade. Latrell's not back to round 21 because of the bye, but probably round 21 trade to Latrell Mitchell, potentially to make cash. So we'll see how he goes the next few weeks. I don't want to get too excited, but yeah, Jareem.
Shout out to him. How fucking good. Love it. Ray Stone. Yes. Big talking point here. Obviously, we mentioned before, Tommy Gilbert out for the season. We wish him all the very best. Unlucky he's going to miss the Origin games, but has to be done, has to be done. I'm not too upset about it on that factor. But, Ray Stone, he becomes interesting. What are your thoughts?
386k, break even of 3. The last 2 weeks, played bigger minutes with, said Tommy Gilbert one, major one being out, but a few injuries in game as well. Scores of 64 and 54. In 68 and 58 minutes, he based basically the exact same numbers in those games. Relatively popular buy this week. I'm not keen on him because as someone likely selling, I mean, Nathan Cleary will go this week or next week, but then potentially selling Dylan Brown, David Fafita. I was really happy with the value of my squad at the moment anyway, and the cash gen and the cheapies that I've got. And I was at the point pretty well that I was going to avoid cheapies anyway, or cash cows. But now that all these blokes are going, I'm so fully in the corner of I'm chasing points, I'm chasing keepers so that I can save trades down the track as well. And Ray Stone, I don't know if those minutes will continue. Even if they do, I don't really care. I don't need him.
Yeah, my vibe on Ray Stone is always that he's a little bit of an overhyped Supercoach player.
Yeah.
That's always my feelings on Ray Stone. But those numbers the last few weeks are impressive.
Great numbers.
And they're all base stats too, which previously I feel like people call him a base stat monster, but I've never really felt like, I'm not a base stat monster, but people say he's got good base. I feel like previously the numbers haven't really matched up to that.
Yeah.
But if he keeps this up from the weekend, and maybe he does get those minutes.
How many? But even if he plays 55, if he gets his 55 and the last 2 weeks, okay, so you essentially will base it about a point per minute without any attacking stats.
If he keeps up what he did last,
yeah. So if he gets 55 minutes, averages 55, he'll be a solid buy and he'll do a job for you with a bit of buy coverage. But I'm chasing bigger than that at the moment.
And like 386k, it's pretty much 400k.
Yeah.
If he was 286.
Yeah.
Different story.
If you really need, like I said, people will still be out there going, oh, no, I need a bit more cash in my squad, this and that. I think he's solid enough, but I'm not keen.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. We're back here. Billy Smith. This hurts me from a classic, a draft, and just me as a human being. This kind of hurts me a little bit.
2 seasons in a row, mate. It's killing us.
Oh, fuck. If it's only 2, I'll take it. I feel like it's been 4.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'd be stoked with 2.
Actually, yeah, I'll say 2 on the try. The 2 seasons before that definitely owned him and got injured, which is not his fault. But so the interesting stat is that firstly, he's one of the more sold players this week. I would absolutely be holding him for next week's bye round, the Roosters play. The one positive factor is that, sorry, this isn't positive. Since the Masses brought him in, he's had scores of 24 and 37. The one good thing to look at, in those games, he based 36 from 33.
Yeah.
There's just been no attacking stats. Like we saw the one where he did a really good job on the weekend, someone ran the race, he flipped a ball to whoever the left edge winger was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Palga. and just didn't quite stick. But that was an inch from being like diving over the line.
It was a good offload too.
It was great. It was such a good play from being another 30 points, and we're not having this conversation. Busted us at the moment, but like he's had negative 18 in minus stats in the past 2 weeks. He's racked up a lot of those, which says something. But I think you hold through this week. You don't have to play him in your 17. In fact, I won't be against Penrith at Penrith. No, it's not at Penrith. It's in the city. But you hold him for next week, see how he goes. He could easily come out and go, I think he scored 80 against Penrith in Penrith a month ago. So you reassess in 2 weeks.
I love that you called it in the city. That was unreal.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. I just never heard anyone say it.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it. The Sydney City Roosters. Fun fact. You know the Roosters logo? You know, like the top of the Rooster's head. Do you know what that is?
I'm going to say now that you've mentioned it, the Opera House.
Yeah, it's the Opera House.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
Yeah.
Did not know
That's
that.
what you come here for. Yeah, I will also be holding Billy Smith, and I will not be playing. I hope I don't have to play him for this Penrith game. We'll get to sit v start very soon. But yeah, I think he's got more to offer. Nick Meaney. Jeez, that was a nice try he scored on the weekend.
So good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was unreal. I love that shit. Phil Blake-like. How good.
I don't spend a lot of time on him, but he just continues to deliver. Back-to-back scores of 86 and 76 at a point where he had 2 sort of mid-40s, and we were like, all right, the Nick Meaney run's done. Back-to-back good scores. He's 683k, but he's dual fullback CT dub. He has a low score of 38 this season. That was back in round 2. So 7 scores over 70 points. Not doing much wrong.
Exactly right. No, if you've got him, done very well. I remember he went really high in our draft comp, and I just sort of went,
yeah.
Why? But fuck, he's done well.
Yeah.
They'd be better with Pappy, but are they desperately missing Pappy?
Not in the sense that Meaney hasn't been a wonderful replacement.
Yeah, at no point have we said, can anyone else play fullback?
Yeah.
Like no one's ever spoken about Cam Munster going back there or anything like that. And if they wanted to, they could go into the market to find a one.
God, he's been good.
He's been very good. Yeah, I've been very impressed.
You wouldn't consider buying though?
Not now. I would. And maybe that's me being stubborn, but I probably wouldn't. What's he at? What's his price?
He's 680k. This is pretty.
I thought he'd be more than that, to be honest with you.
Well, because he had those. So he went a 5-round average of about 100 odd from round 3, and then he went 44, 45, and that dropped him back a fair bit. But then he's gone 76, 86. So just had those 2 weeks that's dropped him a little bit. But
would you rather buy Meaney or Osaka?
Probably Meaney now because Osako's a fair bit more expensive.
Bit, yeah.
So he's
what's Osako at?
He's 791, so it's 110k more, which is a fair bit.
And he's gone back-to-back 100, so he'll go up next week too.
Yeah.
Wow, how good.
Talk about season killers if you didn't jump on.
Yep. Stinger. Yeah, he's becoming another.
He's killer.
Yeah, he's going to absolutely fist us. All right, Jesse Ramien is your last one. Take your pick of Cronulla outside backs there that are interesting. You're going for Ramien here. What do you got for us?
So Ramien had I had a look at him about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was like, he was sub 500k. And I go, what? And looked at his base, and it had gone down quite a bit this season. What I have noticed the last 3 weeks, though, and he's still very cheap, Jesse Ramien. He's at 509k, break-even 54. He scored 2 tries in his last about 7 or 8 games. But his base having been mid to late 20s up to around 10, last 3 weeks, 41, 37 and 45 on the weekend in base, which is what we know and love about Jesse, that base tends to be more around the 35 to 40.
Yep.
Gun and Sharky side on Nico's edge, attacking stats will come. So I remember this time last year, around the bye period, we had the same discussion and we're going, Jesse Ramien a buy, and he wasn't quite doing it. Came out and dismantled the Storm. I was at the game at Shark Park and might have scored a double and had a pretty big ton. I was like, oh. And I'm just getting the same vibes now where he doesn't scream buy me, but I'm also like, 509k.
I'll tell you what, in the game the other day too, did you watch him very closely?
Not super closely.
No. He got pretty much all of his points from being turned under and just like the old Andrew Fafita, just and he wasn't making all that many meters through the middle, but he was just breaking tackles left, right, and there was a number of times too where he came. There was one moment where he went and he was looking, he was waiting for someone to hit a line, and Siffer took off just a second too late. And Jesse had to just take the tackle, but fuck, I was watching that going, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to mark Jesse Ramien going across the field with Siffer running over his line. See you later.
So
I'd be stoked if I pull a hamstring just before I had to make that tackle.
Again, because now we've got all this money to spend off the back of the big dogs going down, I think I'd prefer just pay out the extra 150 odd K for Ronaldo Mulitalo, who just has the highest ceiling playing on the wing. But if you're looking for the cheaper option, he's pretty solid buy.
Yeah.
Plays around 16 and 19.
Now, before we move off, I just want to throw one more guy into the stats deep dive, and this is one guy that I am so fucking concerned about. Harry Grant.
Yeah.
Scores the last 2 weeks, playing 80 and 73 minutes, 34 and 34, back-to-back 34s with base of 37 and 34.
No attacking stats at all.
None. But even his base has dropped significantly the last. And he's, you have a look over the last 6 weeks, he's had 3 times where he's based under 40.
I'm willing to say I'm happy to let go of the weekend because there was 70-plus points scored, a lot of ball out of play. So the base, not worry about. But the game before against the Finns, 37 base. Yeah. Look, I'd be happy to sell. Who to? Who the hell do you sell?
I've got too many guys to sell this weekend. That's the other.
But no,
who do you
buy at hookup?
Yeah. I mean, if you're not getting Jacob Little, what can you do? You know what I mean? Like, it's just chaos. Fuck!
Jesus.
God damn it. All right.
In Little's defence, he went off for a HIR on the weekend, didn't he? He came back on.
I think there's a chance he actually can lock in decent minutes.
Yeah.
I think they look so much better with him on the field.
Yeah, I don't think it's doom and gloom for you yet, mate.
Yeah, not yet. It's close to, but not yet.